Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video features a topic I don't typically cover on my channel, but because I made this purchase and it's not one that I make frequently at all, I'm pretty excited about it and figured I'd film a quick video to share with you guys my latest purchase. It is a tech purchase, hence the topic that I don't typically cover on my channel. If you are a close relative of mine, you know that I am long overdue for a new laptop. My previous laptop is a 15-inch MacBook Pro from, wait for it, late 2008. It is nearly 12 years old. And I have to admit, I did actually buy it in February 2009, but the particular model that I had was from late 2008. And I brought it here to show you. I mean, you know, we're going old school here. Look at that. How big. We've got the CD drive there. You know, it's in really great condition as far as the exterior and physicality of it is concerned. You know, it's not beat up or bent out of shape or anything like that, but it's old. And I actually have a laundry list down here of examples as to how and why it is so old, aside from just the simple age. It holds no charge. Like, it's virtually not portable anymore for me. And it's probably partially my fault. It's probably a combination of age and the fact that I'm pretty sure I've always kept it plugged in. I'd plug it in even though it was at 90%. I probably just did not treat it the way I should. And at that time, I just, you know, it wasn't something that was on my mind. So that's kind of a my bad type situation, and live and learn. So if I ever unplugged it, it would last, no joke, I think maybe if I was lucky, a half hour, and then I'd have to plug it back in, it would die. So portability, aside from the fact that it is a freaking beast, I mean, this thing is like a weapon. It is huge. And I mean, it could hurt. It's very heavy. So, I mean, aside from the weight and its portability is concerned, it never held a charge anymore. Video editing for my channel was a very dreadful and cumbersome task on that old laptop, because importing and exporting videos via iMovie took an hour on average. And that's a long time to just, you know, kind of twiddle your thumbs, sit there and wait to be able to begin your project or upload it then into YouTube to schedule it to post. So that was a problem. And actually, when it came to exporting the final product out of iMovie so that I could then go into YouTube, it was so maddening. It would export for an hour and then I'd go to play it back, no audio. So I'd have to do it over again for an hour to get the audio. And it's an alternate back and forth of that. Every time it involved exporting. Like, I basically knew anytime I needed to export a video, the first one was going to be a waste of time because there was going to be no audio, and then I'd have to make like a millisecond change to the video and then re-export it to get my audio to export with the actual video image. So that was a huge problem. After a certain point, when your laptop or computer is of a certain age, it just no longer can accommodate operating systems, current ones. So I think the one on my old laptop is El Capitan. That's the highest I could go. Beyond that, I haven't, like Catalina, no. What was another one? Mojave? No, never had any of those. It just stopped. And I had some recent calls into Apple lately because I purchased a new laptop, and they wanted to screen share onto my old laptop, and they couldn't even do that because it's so old. I wanted to schedule a follow-up call with them. They're like, your computer's too old. So it's almost like my poor little huge heavy computer has been shunned. Like, I can't do anything with it. So needless to say, long overdue. I patiently waited for Mac to release their newer 13-inch laptop. I was hoping it was going to be a 14. If you are in the tech world, you know that late last year, Apple released their new 15, now 16-inch MacBook Pro. So I was really hoping that they were going to do the same thing with the 13. It would be a 14-inch, and they did not. But nevertheless, they did update it, and that is what I purchased, the new 13-inch MacBook Pro. The one I purchased is actually the second highest model from this latest release from last week. So it is the one that cost $17.99. It's got the 10th generation processor on it, 512 gigabytes of storage, 16 RAM. It is a huge upgrade, really, as far as power and internal features compared to my 12-ish year old 15-inch MacBook Pro. And with this laptop, you know, they have gotten rid of their butterfly keyboard. Obviously, I did not have very much direct experience with the butterfly keyboard, but I know it was a very controversial upgrade back in 2016 all the way through last year. There were a number of problems with that keyboard, sticking and not recognizing certain digits or letters. And I, like I said, did not have a direct laptop or computer so that I can speak from consistent use, but I do have a relative that has a laptop with the butterfly keyboard, and I had been using it from time to time. Honestly, I didn't mind it very much, but as of late, with our stay-at-home orders and working from home, because again, my old laptop was too old for me to be able to download what I needed to work from home, I was using that other laptop with the butterfly keyboard, and I started to realize I really didn't like it. I'm sure it varies from person to person as far as where the issues lie, but I noticed that with the particular computer I had, the 0 key, it would take and it would register on the computer, but it didn't feel like it did. It felt like I was pressing a hard surface, not a button. So I could see how and why it was a frustrating keyboard for people to have to deal with up until now. Like I said, I was a bit bummed that they opted not to upgrade the screen size on this one to a 14-inch, kind of to parallel what they did with the 15, now 16-inch MacBook Pro. And I am, like I said, really sad about that, and hope that they're not planning to do it either later this year or next year. I'm going to feel really cheated and gypped out of an extra inch of screen space should they proceed to go that route, because they could have easily shrunken the bezels on this one to accommodate a 14-inch screen, and for whatever reason they did not do that. I'm tech savvy, but I am not totally in the loop and staying on top of it and knowing, what's coming and when and all this and that, and did you hear about this feature? So I really like I said, I hope they don't end up doing it in the next year, because I have had my old computer for so long that, now that I finally decided to upgrade more out of need than want, it'll be a bummer that if maybe I had held out a little longer, I could have gotten the 14-inch, but we'll see. No one knows what Apple's really thinking and planning to do, so I guess time will tell. And if they do upgrade it, maybe I'll have hit the lottery and just buy that one too. We'll see. But let me just hold these two up for you just to show you a size comparison between these two and the kind of change in my life as far as the laptop is concerned. I obviously don't need to tell you that the 13 inches up front, the newer one, and the beast in the back is that old 15-inch that I had. It is a big difference. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much more to say than it's a huge difference. You can see it right there. And, I have to admit that initially, after having had it for a day or so, I'm kind of sad to have gone down in screen size and find myself thinking, gosh, should I have just gotten the 16-inch? I know it's a lot more money. I think the difference between the version that I bought in the 13 and the baseline 16 is roughly $700. I think it was $700 if I recall correctly. $600-700, right around there. So it's not, it's not chump change. It's a good chunk of money to have purchased one versus the other. So I'm finding myself thinking, gosh, should I have just bitten the bullet and gotten the bigger one, because that's what I'm used to. And I know that space gray is wildly popular, and obviously, as you saw, mine is the space gray, the 13-inch, and my old one is silver. I don't even think they offered other colors back then. And I'm like, oh, did I really want to get space gray? I think I kind of like silver more. I'm kind of second guessing it, but I know that deep down, the reason I'm second guessing it is because obviously I've had a silver 15-inch MacBook Pro for 12 years, and it's a huge difference between the two. I mean, it's a big difference to go from 15 inches to a 13-inch screen. And I mean, not so much the color. I didn't think it would be such a big difference between silver and space gray, and really it really isn't, but it kind of is. Again, after having had a certain device for over a decade, it's a bit of a change. And I think I find myself thinking oh, okay, maybe I should have just gotten the larger one, because really, am I very portable with my laptop? No, I just use it at home. And why did I do that? But then I think, well, maybe the reason you weren't portable is because it was a huge 15-inch laptop. Maybe now that you have a 13-inch, you might be more portable with your laptop. And same thing with the color, like, oh, did I pick the right color? Well, it's new. You know, I had silver for over a decade. You know, give Space Gray some time. You might like, I mean, I do like it. It's just, maybe, do I like silver a little more? Again, it all remains to be seen. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna go back on my gut in having purchased it. I definitely think that after 12 years of one particular device at a certain size, certain color, I think it makes sense to give the other side of the laptop world a chance, the smaller one, this new color, and just see. You know, it's all a matter of what you get used to. And like I said, who knows, I might end up being far more portable with this laptop because it is such a smaller device and easier and lighter to be portable with. And, you know, it might end up being that purchase that like you didn't know you'd love or want or need as much as you did until you made that purchase. So obviously time will tell. If and when I reach a conclusion on my thoughts regarding this, I can certainly circle back if you'd like to hear what I think about the purchase. Did I make the right purchase as far as size and color? So if you do want to see a video like that, make sure to hit me up in the comments down below and let me know. And let me know your thoughts. Did I make the right decision? Do you like the choice that I selected for purchasing my laptop, the $17.99, the new processor, all that jazz? Do you think I should have gone with the now 16-inch? Should I have gotten perhaps the 1 terabyte? And that was actually something that I was waffling between. Do I do the 512 or the 1 terabyte? And obviously, based on the one I did purchase, I went with the lower storage, and that was primarily because I don't really keep much on my physical computer. I have 2 external hard drives. I have a backup and a backup to my backup because I did have an external hard drive crash on me many, many years ago, and it traumatized me. Like, I lost so much content, so many photos. So now I have 2 backups, and I hate to admit that I may have a third, because as I was backing up my laptop prior to receiving my new one, I noticed that one of my backups, the photos were not populating. Like, it was a JPEG, and like I would see the little JPEG icon, but it wasn't showing me the image. Whereas with the other external drive I had, the image was there. So it kind of opened up Pandora's box of checking and making sure images were there, and if they weren't, to copy and paste and make sure I had 2 clean, accessible versions. So yeah, because of that, now I'm feeling like I might even have a third. I know I might be crazy, but moral of the story is I don't keep my stuff on my computer. I keep kind of bare basics, like the photos that I want on my phone, the music that I want to listen to now. So I didn't need that extra 500, well, not 500, just under 500 gigs of storage. It sounded nice and sounded cool to say, yeah, I have a terabyte, you know, in my computer, but I know I didn't need it. And I think right now, after having set it up and put everything on it that I need at the moment, I still have over 400 gigs of free space. So it was a good decision for me and my purposes as far as the laptop is concerned. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments down below if you think I did make a good decision, if I should have gone for the 1 terabyte, if I should have gone for the new 16-inch. Should I have gone the other way? Should I have held out and gotten the lower end version of the 13-inch and waited for whatever is to come next year? That is it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. As always, please make sure to hit subscribe down below and ding the bell so that you are notified the next time I do upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.